Did you know that to reach 10K per month, there are actually just 5 bottlenecks that you need to overcome in order to reach that amount per month? And this is a breakthrough that I had during my career online. And let me just give you a little bit of background. In 2020, I left my job and I started working online. The first year, I lost practically all of my money. I almost zero my bank account. I was left with 1,629 euro. I have the screen also somewhere. And that was a very painful situation because I thought, okay, I just need to follow some ideas. And the only thing that I need to do is then practice this idea and I'm going to make money. It looked easy, but it wasn't as easy as I thought. And the only thing that I understood later on, once I scaled a company to 100K in sold courses, 30K in just 4 months with an agency, the only thing that changed and I understood was I needed to fix stuff. Okay, so business is solving problems for you and for others. And once you solve them for you, then you can provide that service for other people. And what I found out is that in reality, between the 0 to 10K per month stage, there are actually just 5 things that you need to fix. And these are lack of clarity. The first thing that everybody around 0 to 10K per month that they have is distractions. They are distracted. They don't know exactly what they're doing. They don't know exactly how many people they need to contact in order to transform somebody and change them and sell them. They're jumping from a thing to another, from a niche to another, because they say, that's a very nice, interesting thing. This person has a Lamborghini, so probably I need to do that thing instead of what I'm doing right now. And that is the shiny object syndrome. They get so much distracted that they do not continue in one direction. But if they would, there would be a whole complete different level. And I'm talking this from experience because throughout all of my years before 2023, I continued to jump everywhere. I changed 5 classrooms in my high school. I changed multiple swimming pool clubs. I have different friends continuously. Different niches continuously because I even work, like I was a video maker, then from 16 years old to 20 years old, then I had a job because I needed some money. And then after the job, I was tired. I really wanted to make it online. And I started dropshipping, Amazon FBA, Amazon Kindle publishing. I started trading, and that is the only thing that I stick for a long, long time. And so all of this jumping, all of this distraction and stuff comes all by being attracted by something that looks shiny. That's why it's shiny object syndrome. And the problem of doing that is that you do not continue to kick in the same direction. If Bruce Lee was saying, like, I fear more the man that tried that kick 10,000 times than one that tried 10,000 kicks, right? Because if you specify, if you become a master at something, then you're very, very scary because you tried something, you really put yourself into it, you become a master in something. And that is literally the first thing. If you get more clarity into what you want to do and you're clear about the direction. I found a prospect the other day that she is from Singapore and she studied chemical. And she continued that direction for a long period, up to the point that inside chemical, she started to understand pharmacy a little bit, and then more like hygiene sort of stuff. And then she created her own creams that she's selling on e-commerce. Okay, that is a beautiful story that tells you a mastery into something. That story sells 10 times more than somebody that just went to a niche and says, like, I'm doing 7 figures. Okay. Because there is a story, there is something, there is a path that brought you where you are today. The same thing for me. I had so many difficulties understanding how to scale my company online, and I wasn't understanding what was the thing that was keeping me stuck, that now I understood it and I'm helping other people get unstuck. Comparing on the stage of income that they are. If from 0 to 10K, there are certain stuff that needs to be done in order to scale to the next one between 10 to 50K per month. Okay, so let's figure out first this 0 to 10K per month. The first one, I told you, lack of clarity. The second one is everything around overwhelm, because you're doing everything at the same time. Marketing, design. There is a setup in the company, so all the legal stuff, the website, there is outreach, there is all connected to lead generation, there is the offer you need to sell to the person, so you're doing prospecting, but you're also selling, like you're literally doing everything, so you have all of these hats. And the difficulty here is that you tend to become overcome because there are so many information that you need to take care of. The thing here is that you literally need to eliminate 80% of them, because you just need that 20% to make your first 10K. And that comes just from spending half of your time go and talk to the people and half of your time delivering it. That's it. You do not need a website most of the time. I scaled multiple companies without a website, and I made 30, 40, 50K per month just without it, okay? And you can do exactly the same. You don't need something fancy. You don't need I know that it feels like more secure having a website because you feel more legit, but it's the service, it's what you're offering, okay? And if the person asks you for the website, you just say like, look, I don't have because I'm just going outreach. I think it's more important. We both know that a website doesn't bring money, but outreach does, okay? And they're gonna understand. If there are business owners, they're absolutely gonna understand this concept that a website itself is not making money. It's just a business card. It's just like, I'm this, but much different when you speak through results, okay? So that is the second thing. The third thing is offer. You need to create an offer that is so irresistible that people want to work with you. And how do you create this irresistible offer? First of all, I have a model on my Skool community. So if you're interested, down in the description, you find the community is for free. There is a free course and it tells you exactly how to create your offer, your lead positioning, your sales call, how to make that, and all the other points that I just said to you before. So there is a full course. Go check it out because it's very interesting. And if you need any help, you can just simply message me there. So the idea with the offering is that you need to create an offer in a specific way. I actually have 11 points. Let me walk you through some of them. You need to give it a name, because if you do not have a name and you just say like, I provide Facebook ads, you're a commodity. You're just as everybody else. And when you're like that, very difficult to help the prospect choose your service compared to anybody else, because once again, you're like everybody else. So giving it a name, a specific name, just as I have, for example, my community is called Stuck to Scaling. I help you go from stuck to a scaling position. And my main product, my lead product, is the Palace Blueprint. I have a method that I created that is the Palace Blueprint. That is the idea that business is like a palace. It needs to be inviting, glorious, beautiful. The problem is that a lot of people have a business, such as a palace, that is rotten, with leaky roofs and neglected rooms. They don't dusty, okay? And they're not inviting. People do not want to stay inside. People do not want to live in it. And that's the same in business. The people, even if you're offering something for free in their business, people don't want it. And that is the problem, because your palace is not interesting and is not inviting. And that comes all from the offer. So if you have a name, you have a time frame. How long does it take your transformation? How long does it take what you can help the people solve? Okay, what you can solve for people. Okay, so that could be I'm helping them lose 10 kilo of fat in the next 90 days. Okay, and that is your service. And how is it called? You need to give it a formula. You need to give it a mechanism, a way of explaining what is that lead product. So you need to have one product also at the same time. You cannot have 5, 6, 7 products, and for each customer and prospect that comes and talk to you, you try to understand which one it is. And this was a huge mistake that I made in the Italian market when I had 6 or 7 specific products. And every time a prospect was coming, was having a different inefficiency, and I had to find the product that was dealing with that situation. But sometimes that situation is just an idea that the prospect have, and they absolutely want that, but it's actually another product that helped them. So why don't you unify everything into one umbrella and you solve that just specific problem? And if you cannot solve it, you just refer the person to somebody else. You don't try to take them, because if you try, you're not going to have a very good result for these people. So you always need to think about like, how can I achieve a result for this person? At the same time, let me digress a little bit here. Not all the people are going to have a result with you. Okay, that's very, very important to understand. Not everybody work. Okay, so it's very important to have a sort of like a guarantee, I think, because that helps them to get inside the business, get to know your product, get to know the possible result, but at the same time, like help them come inside without being afraid of like, oh my God, what if I just lose the money and I don't achieve the result? That is good. But at the same time, having a guarantee helps also you to shield against the prospect or the client that doesn't do the work, okay? Because there are a lot of people that just imagine and they just want to do, but they don't do in the end. And that is, you can see it in the statistics, how many people becomes millionaire compared to people that do not, right? And it's just a way of like, can they work through the formulas or not, okay? So offering the position, it's a way to differentiate you once again. And it's a very easy way to do. If you just follow the formula, if you just put together these points that I have, you're gonna differentiate and people want to work with you. The next one is lead generation. You need to find a way to get the people inside the door, because if they do not come, very difficult. You can have the best product ever imaginable, but if the people are not coming and they're not interested in the end because of the offering of before, you're not going to convert, you're not going to sell, and you're not going to reach 10K per month. Now, lots of people that I'm talking to, they go out and they just smash lists that they buy online. That is not a good way. That is the easy way out. That is simply a way that lots of people do. But remember, if lots of people go in the one direction, most of the people statistically, they're not going to make money. So you need to differentiate yourself. Start and make something personalized. Right now you have time and you need to use that time to convert somebody. And if you're doing like everybody else that is just doing an evergreen message, trying to spam everybody with us the same specific message, you're not going to achieve results. The best result that I achieved was texting and outreaching to everybody in every kind of platform with a personalized message. That could be through video, that could be through script text, okay? But you need to differentiate. And how do you do that? If a person does web design, you're saying, hey, Robert, I saw that you're doing web design. How is it going, business? You know, you start a conversation. You need to start and keep the conversation as open as possible to start to understand what are the inefficiencies that this person have that I can solve through my product, through my service, through whatever I can offer, because I'm solving a problem, okay? That is lead generation. That is how it needs to be done, mostly in this stage. It needs to be you spending your time, your energy, going out there and talking to people. Do not go into Facebook ads and all those kind of stuff because you do not have a right message. If you're between 0 to 10K per month, you do not have a great bank account right now, and it doesn't have any sense to spend that bank account to go and try the correct message, so on and so forth. Right now, the only thing that is better for you to do is spend your time, because your time is not that valued as much as somebody that earns 20, 30 plus K per month, okay? In that case, situation is different, but right now, spend your time because it's less valuable actually, okay? And it's much easier to first test the message in that way, test with your time, okay? Next one, so we have, once again, lack of clarity. We have overwhelm because of time management that is wrong. Then we have offer repositioning. Then we have the lead generation. The fifth one is that we need to sell them. So how do I see this with my Palas idea, my Palas method? First, you need to clean it, okay? So there is clean the cobwebs, that is the first, lack of clarity. The second one is the clutter in the corridors. So we clean the room and then there are the corridors and then there is the polish in the showcase, that is the offer. And then we need to understand, okay, how do I sweep inside the right guests? That is lead generation. And then you need to have a good invite for the people, okay? That is selling. So you need to invite them in a certain way. You need to talk to them in a certain way. That is selling. How do you sell to these people? Now, the most difficult thing that I found myself was how do I sell to somebody that I'm maybe a little bit afraid of selling? I don't feel so comfortable selling. That was all of my problem in the beginning. How do I solve all of this? First of all, having a conversation with them and start really a chat with them is the easiest way, because chatting makes yourself more familiar and it becomes easier, the conversation. It's not that awkward when you start to know a person. Think about it. If you talk to your mom or your friend, it's much of an easier conversation, right? Because you know the person. But when there is a stranger, unless you're very extrovert that you feel energized talking to a stranger, most of the people that work online actually found out there are a lot of introverts. Not all of them, I don't want to generalize, but lots of people that I talk to are very introvert. And the problem of doing that is that they become more afraid of selling because they don't want to talk to a stranger. So familiarize at first, give a little bit of context and try to find the inefficiencies. Is there really something that I can help this person with? And at the same time, of course, you also qualify them. You understand if they're the right prospect for your service. Now, once you understand that, go on a sales call and go on something that can, even a 15-20 minutes call, possibly even 45 minutes to an hour, where you just have a conversation with the prospect, understanding and listening what is really the situation right now that they're having and where they want to go. If you understand all of this two part, you understand is the middle, the product, the service that I'm providing, the thing that can bridge them to where they want to go. And if not, they're not qualified. It doesn't have any sense to try to close them as much as possible. You need to deliver something that you are kind of sure you can bring them to the result, okay? And the best way to do that is to, once again, try to understand where are they right now, what are the pain and fear, what did they try before, and what is really their situation. Like if you're offering social media, you need to ask them, okay, how many social media posts are you doing right now, okay? And what is the difficulty that they're having right now in posting consistently? And probably your service, what it does is that it creates much better posts, much more engagement, much more consistency. These are the painful problems, for example, for a business owner for social media. I do not have that problem. Do not pitch me for that because I'm receiving so many pitches per day for this stuff, for example. And the problem is that they're all the same, right? There isn't a uniqueness. And if somebody would come to me and say like, look, I'm creating, for example, the offer, I'm creating you something personalized for the first 20 days. I'm putting you out for free. If you like that, we're going to continue and we're going to work. And then we think about paying, for example. That is a very good way to approach somebody with a personalized. You're using your time, you're creating something valuable for them. They see the result that you can obtain for them. If you're offering shit, they're not going to continue, okay? So you need to be good at what you're doing. You need to create the skill for what is the painful problem for the other situation. And selling is just that. It's like, can I solve a painful situation that my prospect is in? Okay? So if you're selling to business owners, what is the painful problem that a business owner have? And that is being in the right niche. And then how can you acquire the skill to be inside that niche, to then create your own offering, your own time management? So I need to focus my time in outreach, and I need to go out there and tell the message in a certain way with my positioning. How do I get the people inside with my personalized message? I need to use my time at first, and then I just need to sell them with a familiarized conversation. Where are they right now? Where do they want to go? Is my thing bridging them to these two positions from A to B? If yes, you can continue, okay? If you want to understand more about each one of these points, once again, I have my school community for free inside the description of this video. You can just check it out and I will be very happy to see you there. You can just send me a message and I will also help you to solve whatever is your inefficiency right now, what is your bottleneck that keeps you stuck to go to 10K per month. If you like this video, like it, comment it, and thank you so much for watching. And I will see you in the next video. Just write me also in the comment if there is something that you're struggling with, and I will create literally a full video about it. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. Bye.